welcome back or to the Dawn's Days weekly vlog. Super quick intro if it's your first time stopping by the channel. Yes, my name is Dawn and I'm a British expat from Manchester, and for over 20 years I've been living in the Netherlands with my partner Lawrence, who is South African, not Dutch, and our two sons Josh and William, and our fur babies Jack and Daxter. And if you're an OG, welcome back guys, everybody's welcome. I hope you've all had a good week. My week's been a bit up and down. I'll talk about that later in the week, or maybe today, we'll see. But for now, I think you would have seen some footage. Lawrence and I had to go to the supermarket. If you're new, I have started doing my grocery, my shopping online, and I completely forgot to place the order, so we had to go to our local Albert Heijn, which is one of the chain store kind of supermarkets here in the Netherlands. So I thought, you know what, I'll do a little chit chat with you while I'm unpacking the shopping. We all like a nosy in each other's shopping bag, don't we? So every week I buy William a big tub of this Greek style yogurt. It's 10% fat, it's delicious. Lawrence and I quite like it. I like mine either with honey or maple syrup. It's so good, and a few sliced bananas in. We have an air fryer, so I always have a bag of air fryer fries in the freezer. They're just super handy, and they started doing the sweet potato ones for the air fryer. I'm sure they're probably just the same. What else have we got? Both the boys like to make, we call it limonada over here. It's basically cordial mixed with water, and they love the strawberry flavour. Lawrence and I like the blackcurrant. Oh, here's the blackcurrant one, which is cassis in the Netherlands, and strawberry is aardbei or aardbeien. So yeah, this is for the fridge or the freezer, and this for the store cupboard. Both boys love this Weetabix minis, the chocolate ones. I'm quite partial to them as well. They're delicious. I don't know if you're in the UK or maybe the US, you notice our cereal packets are teeny weeny. It's impossible to buy the big family size ones, so we always end up having to buy at least 2 or 3 boxes of these, you know, just for the boys alone. Right, I'm going to move this bag. I'll show you if I've got anything else interesting. I'm not going to show you everything, but I think sometimes it's interesting to see how other countries package their produce. We always buy ready grated cheese. This is young Cass, which is like a mild cheddar. We'll sprinkle it on pasta and whatever. And I've been looking for these for ages. They don't always stock them, but now and again we see them. These barbecue hot dogs, oh my gosh, they're so good. Burgers, just regular sausages. Sometimes we I make meatballs with them, bratwurst. I love olives, so when we have pasta I always sprinkle a few olives or chop some olives on mine. This is also handy super quick dinner when we're in a rush. It's ready made rice. It's a little bit like a stir fry. It's Indonesian nasi goreng. I don't know how you pronounce it in Dutch. And you basically pop it in the microwave and it's hot. This is super nice to throw in a stir fry, or you know, more for quick dinners. More sliced cheese, again mild cheddar, young Cass. And then they have numbers on them to tell you what kind of strength it is. So the 48 plus is like the really mild stuff. Another little packet, because we have growing boys in the house. What else? Oh, yeah, sorry if you're a veggie. They've started packaging some of the meat in plastic bags, which I think is better. So I always get, I think this is 1 kilo, yeah, of minced meat. Runde gehakt. Runde is beef and gehakt is minced or chopped. Give you a Dutch lesson here. What else have we got? Lawrence is super happy. His Bounty ice cream is back in the store. He loves this stuff. William loves choco pasta, which is basically Nutella, and he likes the white and milk chocolate version. Anything else? Sorry, I'm rushing a little bit. No, I don't think there's anything else interesting. Oh, this is also another handy store cupboard ingredient. The Dutch like to have vegetables and so forth in glass jars, which I think is super quaint, and you can recycle them and repurpose them. So I always get, this is a store cupboard ingredient. It's basically a Mexican mix and it's really nice. Super quick dinner. Can of chopped tomatoes, one of these, and some rice, and it's like a really nice chili con carne kind of thing. Boys love that dinner. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and put stuff away, and then a package arrived. It was on the doorstep, so I'll open this with you because I think it might be wool. We'll see in a minute. Right, all clear, put away. Also, I forgot to show you when I popped to the garden centre, if you watched last week's vlog, incidentally, I bought a gift for a colleague who was leaving, and he's not leaving anymore. They've extended his contract. Anyway, he got a nice gift. I forgot to show you, it was a really, I wouldn't mind one for myself, like a solid wooden apple with like a little cast iron stem on it. They had these in the garden centre. I've never seen them before. Well, they're £2.89, just short of €3. These lovely like lavender sprig garlands. So I bought a couple. I've got some like fake ivy panels on the back fence just to make it a bit green, because I've tried to grow things out there before on the back fence and it's a sun trap, so nothing lives, so I always have to put fake stuff up. So I thought they'd be nice. I bought 2 on the back fence. Right, I'll just pop them there for now. Ooh, they don't smell good. Right, should we open the package? Let's see. I think I know what it is. Got a pretty good idea. But I think there was dust in that lavender. Yes, that's it. Okay. So this is there a note in it? Yes. This is from an online company. Sorry. There's definitely dust in that packet. And it's a company called Yarn Home, but Instagram, it's I'll show you. It says happy knitting with the, can't read it. So if you want to check them out, this is the Insta, excuse my nails, I need to take it off, and then this is their website. So it's www.yarnhomeshop.com. And I think their company, I found them online, they're based in Lithuania. Just having a look at the pamphlet they sent me. Around the world, excuse collection. Custom-made goods makes it easy for you to create unique handmade items for yourself. No, it doesn't say much. Anyway, but there's belly bands or ball bands. So I ordered 3 skeins of yarn from Yarn Home, and I haven't got my glasses on. Yeah, so it's made in Lithuania, but I thought it was New Zealand yarn. No. Anyway, so it's 100% wool, machine washable 30 degrees, and yeah, I thought so. Sorry, I'm turning the fan. So it's New Zealand wool, and obviously hand dyed in Lithuania by the lady who owns Yarn Home. And this colour, so it was a set, it was 3 skeins, so 300 grams. This one is called olive green, and the colour is 325, so that's olive green. It's sock yarn, so fingering weight. And this one is does it say late brown? Late brown, 650 is the colourway. And then this one is, sorry, I should have put my glasses on, ivory, 260. I'll talk about them more on the podcast. It's quite toothy. It's 100% wool, so it is toothy. But I did read some of the reviews on the Etsy store, people saying that when it was washed and blocked, it was lovely and soft. So I mean, it's definitely woolly. Ooh, really sheepy. If you're not into wool, you'll be like, you weirdo. But if you're into wool, you'll be like, oh, you want a sniff too. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Aren't they beautiful? I'd say they're a pretty, that's a pretty true representation of the colour. Maybe a little bit lighter. They're a fraction darker in real life, but I think that's as good as I'm going to get. Maybe this is good. Yeah. Oh, they're beautiful. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. If my memory serves me right, I'd have to look it up, but I'll go into detail in the next podcast about these. I think with postage, it was less than €15. Obviously, mainland Europe, the postage will be cheaper. But I thought, right, I'm going to give them a go. Maybe a nice autumn shawl would be nice. I don't think I've got enough for a sweater because, yes, you know, melons, big girl, curves. So, yeah, isn't that lovely? Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to have a plan what I'm going to do with them. Anyway, right, I'm going to disappear now because Lawrence and I, it's just coming up to 1 o'clock. William is upstairs. He's got an online course, I want to say, for his 16th. Lawrence and I bought him one of these fast track packages for to get his scooter license. First he has to do the theory. That's what he's doing today. And then once he passes the theory, then I think he goes for a whole day to the school and then, you know, learn. And then at the end, hopefully pass his license. But first theory out of the way. So he's been doing that all morning. Oh, I don't know why that's out there. It's a really nice ceramic star that I bought from a crafter fair years ago. I don't know why it's lying out in the open. That's strange. I've got 3 of them. Put them somewhere safe. So while he's busy doing that, Lawrence has got a hankering for biltong, which is basically in the, just back then, which is basically in the States like beef jerk kind of thing. It's seasoned dried meat, and it's very South African, and he's got an urge for biltong. So I think we're going to take a drive. We're going to go to a shop called Kirkos, which we've been to before. If you're an OG, you've been to Kirkos, because there they make their own biltong. That's in a place called Heemstede, and then I think from Heemstede we're going to take a drive to Utrecht, because he also wants to go to the bakery that we went to a few months ago now, that had just opened back at Jabal, and the owners are South African, and he fancies a boerewors roll, which is basically a farmer sausage roll, and it's delicious. And I think they've got more South African products now. So yeah, we've got an afternoon free, which rarely ever happens. It's rained on and off all day here, although it's super humid. So yeah, we're just going to go out and have a mooch and see what we can see. There's a couple of yarn stores in Utrecht that last time I filmed there, I did go to one and I bought some things, but a few of you mentioned the name of another one that was also in the centre. So I'm going to look that up and hopefully we can get there, because also another knitty kind of thing. The Stephen West Mystery Sock Along is, we're going to start on the 6th of July, which I probably already started by the time you watch this. And I've still not decided on my wool. So I fancy a mooch. I could use one of these, but because it's a contrast, I really fancy going for something like bright. And it's also, if you're a crafter, you'll know, and if you're not, you'll think we're bonkers. But Christmas in July is also a thing in the crafting world, where people try and make a head start on their Christmas makes. And yeah, you just start doing all things Christmassy in July. So I've got a skein of yarn that Jeanette gifted to me, I think, was it last Advent or the year before? And I've been saving it, so I need to wind that into a ball. I'm going to knit plain old vanilla socks with that, because I think it's a self-striping and it looks amazing. But I also fancy doing some amigurumi. I'm starting to get back into my crafting again, so I wouldn't mind looking for some, you know, traditional Christmassy colours. So anyway, I think next you might see we're out and about mooching, and I will catch you later for a chit chat. Okay, we're back. I'm so tired. I think you can see it on my face. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we spent a lovely afternoon in Ball with the owners. Had a delicious boerewors roll and a piece of milk tart. It was so nice. So we had good fun. But then we lost track of time. So it was a mad dash because there was a yarn shop. Last time I went to Utrecht, I went to a yarn shop. And I can't remember, was it Madeleine Mode or something like that? But then there was another one, I think a few of you guys also recommended it to me, called Sticks and Cups. Yeah. And it was literally 3 or 4 minute walk from where we were eating. So it was like gone 4 o'clock. So I was like, oh, okay. So got a little yarn haul. If yarn stuff's not your thing, sorry, but a lot of you are interested. And I treated myself to a new pair of Chigo 9-inch circulars, and I didn't have a 2.5. And then I've got a bag of Scapia's Soft Fun. I won't take them out, but yes, you've guessed it, all Christmassy colours. Not quite sure what I'm going to make with them yet, but while I was there, I thought I might as well stash up. But the reason I wanted to go was I wanted some yarn for this new Stephen West sock-along thing. I think, is it some Contrast Blast, I think it's called. So I've got these 2 skeins by Mina Dye Works. I've not heard of them before. I'll look them up. I'll talk about them more on the podcast. So look at these bad boys. Nice and bright. This is showing up. It's like a lime green. And then this pink. And they've got like a bit of speckling going on. So yeah, I'm curious to see what the sock pattern's going to be. It's a weekly, we get a weekly pattern. So I thought, you know what? It's Stephen West. Let's go for it. Bright colours. So I need to wind these up, cake them is the term, and then come 6th of July I'm all good to go. Right, the kettle's just boiled. I'm gonna have a coffee. I'm so tired. William's working. I don't know how he got on with his theory thing for his scooter. I don't know if it was the exam today or if it was just a study day. So all will be revealed. We'll find out. Right. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't make you yawn then. I'm really tired. Tomorrow's supposed to be hot again, sunny day. So I don't know what we're going to do. I am so behind on my laundry. So I think tomorrow morning I really have to knuckle down and get that lot done. So anyway, I will. I'm going to make a coffee and I will catch you some point in my week, and it'll be a few seconds for you. Good morning from my still very, very messy craft room. Cleaning it is like really at the bottom of my list, even though I really, really want to. I just haven't got the energy or the mental capacity to face it right now. If you could look around, you'd be horrified. Anyway, I washed my hair this morning. Still a trial. It's not stuck out, but it's because I keep tucking it behind my ears. It's still, I'm getting used to blow drying it. Anyway, I'm not going it. Well, I am going somewhere, but I'm not going to the office today. So yes, I think you would have seen some footage because we went to Utrecht. Did I speak about it? Maybe I shared. I went to a yarn shop. I think I did. I'll know when I'm editing it. This video, and you'll be like, yes, Stormy, you've already told us. Bear with me. One of the reasons I wanted to go to Utrecht and to the bakery is really sadly on Friday afternoon Lawrence's mum passed away, and we were kind of expecting it, but still when it happened we were shocked, but kind of not, if that makes sense. So yeah, she's been she's been very ill for a long time, and you know, sharp in the mind, but the body was just, you know, it had enough. And to be honest with you, Lawrence's dad passed over 20 years ago now, and she's kind of not been the same since, you know. She's missed him, you know. We can all agree on that. But the last year, if not longer, especially, her health has just, it's been gone from, you know, bad to worse. You know, she was on oxygen, and you know, she was very frail. And anyway, last week she was admitted to hospital with some complications, and there was talk of you know, if they could operate, but then her lungs wouldn't have survived, and so it was a case of making her comfortable. And yeah, we'd collectively have to discuss, you know, what's going to happen next, because she couldn't stay in hospital forever. So it's, you know, how to care for mum kind of thing. And on Friday, she just she was comfortable. She was on painkillers. I understand antibiotics, and apparently she so she had 2 addictions. One of them was smoking. Sorry, the window's open, so it's a bit noisy. And one of them, she loved to drink Coca-Cola. And apparently she took her mask off, took a sip of Coke, and that was it. You know, she was gone. And I think we're all, even though it's incredibly sad, I think we're all relieved. You know, she's not in pain anymore, and she's, you know, gone to be with Henry, Lawrence's dad. So sorry, I felt a bit emotional then. And also somebody was pinging me. Oh, ping, there you go again. I'm working from home. Yeah, so, you know, everybody's just incredibly sad, but, you know, I think we're all just relieved for her. You know, that she's not suffering anymore. Anyway, so, yeah, as you can imagine, living overseas, you know, many of you will be around when, you know, I lost my dad in COVID, and Lawrence's dad passed away, as I said, 20 years ago. So, you know, when you live overseas and you sort of go into this process of like, okay, I want to do something, but I can't, you know, because I'm just not there. So I thought, Lawrence mentioned he fancied some biltong, and I thought, you know what, let's go to the bakery and we'll have a little slice of South Africa, just to cheer him up, really. And we stayed there way longer than we thought, but it was just nice. You know, the family who own it, they are South African. Funnily enough, Lawrence and the husband have kind of mutual friends, so, you know, it's a small world. So, and there was South Africans in and out, so it was a really nice afternoon. And Lawrence got to eat the boerewors roll, and his favourite pudding dessert of all time is milk tart, and they've just started stocking milk tart. So yeah, it was a nice afternoon, and it was needed. Anyway, you know, we're trying to sort of figure out when to get Lawrence there, and, you know, how to get him there. Obviously me and the boys won't be going. William has, it's exam week this week, and also the costs of the flights are just astronomical. I mean, he was even talking about not going, and I said no, absolutely not. You know, we just have to make it happen. But, you know, they're upwards of €1,600 for a flight, and then, you know, he still needs money when he's there. But anyway, we'll figure that out. He really has to go. And, you know, his brothers and sisters want him there, of course, you know, and I think it's important for him. It's like closure. He needs to go and say goodbye. So, yeah, that it's still not 100% clear when the funeral will be. So he's trying to sort of look for flights. That's what we've been doing this morning. Again, look for flights that sort of getting there in roughly in time of when we think it might happen, but that he'll still be there if it gets delayed a few days. So, and, you know, booking flights last minute, especially long distance, is a bit of a hassle. But so he's busy with that. And as I said, you know, we sat down together this morning to just see what alternatives he's got. But anyway, you know, just what a mess. But anyway, such is life. these things happen, and as we're getting older, you know, they start happening a bit more frequently. So, you know, we just have to deal with it. And as I said, you know, it's not our first time dealing with something like this. So, you know, autopilot kind of kicks in. But yeah, I think he just needs to focus on getting there. So anyway, as a result, I was panicking yesterday. I said, oh, you know, we haven't booked our family holiday. Mentioned before, we're supposed to be going to Malta for a week. I'm taking William. Joshua's still on the fence if he's going or not. His passport's still not arrived. So I said, let's book it now whilst you're here, and then, you know, we don't have to worry about it. You come back, and then, you know, technically in 3 weeks or so, we were supposed to be going off to Malta. Anyway, found the flights. Found a really nice apartment near Michelle on Airbnb, just about to book it. I was on my computer here. Lawrence popped downstairs, got our passports, and he said, William's passport's going to expire. And I was like, what? And indeed, the end of this month, it expires. So I was like, oh my God. Anyway, I think just on top of everything, it was the final straw. And I was like, whoa, I was crying and whoa. And I phoned Michelle, and she's like, well, there's nothing you can do, you know, don't worry about it. You can come another time. But it was more about William. You know, he's not had a holiday for years, like a proper holiday, you know, like a beach, swim in the sea, go exploring kind of holiday. William was fine. He's like, don't worry, Mum, it's okay. You know, we'll go another time, get the passport sorted. So I went online, tried to book it, but then, of course, you know, living overseas and applying for passports, and then we need a special photo taken, and hopefully we're going to get that done today. But I was like, what is it? You know, the last few weeks has just been a roller coaster. Anyway, we'll figure something out. Talking of which, I'm taking Joshua to the police station today to file a police report about, you know, him being mugged in Amsterdam. Not this weekend, the weekend before. I hope this is our run of bad luck out the way, because yeah, it's draining. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on, you know, what's happening with Lawrence. And we was talking to one of his brothers last night, you know, if we could say, like, stream it at least. Morning. I've just been to the village. I have to return William's passport before they'll start processing his application for the new one. And my local shop doesn't do registered mail, so I had to go into the village and do it there. €15. Anyway, it's done now. I've got a tracking note, although it's 50-50 chance if the tracking notes work when they leave the Netherlands. But anyway, at least I've got proof that I've done a registered mail. I don't know if we're going to get a passport by the end of summer. I'm too tired to think about it now. Yesterday, so I took Joshua to the police station to file his report, and all was revealed about the two ladies who approached him, because, you know, I was questioning if they were indeed undercover police or not, but indeed the policeman confirmed that it was. So he went on Google Maps and he showed Joshua the streets where he was, and Joshua said, I turned here, I stopped there, and he said, well, there's surveillance cameras all along that street, and the fact that they managed to find you, because they found him like literally 5 minutes after it happened. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think I mentioned this week, but if I didn't, Joshua was like mugged in Amsterdam a couple of weekends ago, I know he's fine. Thank you for all your really nice messages as well. Seriously, I'm trying to sort of get my head around, you know, that he'll be okay. I mean, he's been to Amsterdam since. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. I'm mentally exhausted anyway. So yeah, you know, he wasn't hurt. He was hit, but you know, nothing serious. And but his gold necklace off my mum that he got for his 18th was taken in the course of it, which was the whole tactic, distract, snatch. So anyway, that's in last week's vlog. So yeah, indeed, there's surveillance cameras all along the streets actually. If you're going to Amsterdam as a tourist, I'll just let you know, it was near the light supply, one of the side streets off it. So just be vigilant, or tell your young ones, you know, no sort of flashy jewellery on show or watches, because it's clearly a hunting ground for these kind of people. And I mean, yeah, I mean, I go out in Amsterdam late at night and I feel perfectly safe. It's just opportunists, you know, so don't let that put you off. But anyway, indeed, surveillance cameras all along the streets there. So it made sense. What they said to Joshua was they'd had a report of a man meeting his description being assaulted, and they thought he'd been pickpocketed. So the fact that they got to where he was, because he wasn't at the place where it happened, yeah, it's got to be surveillance. They saw it unfold on camera. So anyway, we filed a report. 2.5 hours we were in the police station. Oh my gosh, we were like totally done with it. The policeman was really nice, but yeah, you know, bureaucracy's a thing over here. But he was thorough, and Joshua didn't really want to file the report. It was me. I said, well, you know, firstly it helps the police because the guy had a really clear description. He was short, like a good head shorter than Joshua, older. Joshua thought between 30 and 40, but yeah, you know, when you're in your early 20s, everybody looks old, don't they? And bald, and complexion of like Moroccan, you know, the sort of the colour, the tint, what they say over here. So it's a really clear description that he gave, and the camera, he just stuck out like a bald thumb on the camera. So I don't know, hopefully they identify him. The policeman said it's all a part of the puzzle, it's really important, and he was really happy that Joshua reported it. Our insurance won't cover the loss of the necklace. However, if the police decide to pursue, if they find him, it's successful, then there is like a victim support fund. So that's also an option. Maybe he could get some compensation from that, because you know, gold chains aren't cheap to replace, are they? Anyway, so yeah. And then, did I tell you? I can't remember, I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat myself a lot this week, I think. So Lawrence has booked his flights to South Africa. He's going tomorrow, get there Thursday. The funeral is Friday, and then he'll come back the following week. I can't remember the day now. So yeah, we're happy that he could get there. Sorry, a woman just nearly drove in, like head-on collision. I think she was like on her phone. What's wrong with people? Seriously, get off your phones. She was like this, I could see her at the dashboard. And then she beat me because she almost hit me. Anyway, so yes, he's going. The arrangements are still all being talked about, planned. We're hoping it can be streamed so we can join. Oh, that reminds me, I have to phone the dentist and move my appointment then, because that's also on Friday morning. But yeah, I think he just wants to get out there now. I get it. And also his siblings want him out there. I mean, they've all been really sweet and said, listen, if you can't afford it, don't come, that we understand. But I said to Lawrence, no, you've got to make it happen. It's really important for closure. And, he just needs to start the grieving process. He's all right, he's fine. I think it'll hit him when he gets there. But anyway, he'll deal with it, they'll deal with it together, and then he'll come home to us and, we'll carry on dealing with it. But yeah, it's, as I said, we're just relieved she's not suffering now. On the way to work, I think you might have seen some footage. We had a crazy storm here yesterday morning. There was national alerts going off on our phones. Storm Polly. My gosh. Oh, she left a lot of destruction in her path. I think you might have seen a little radar map that we were right in the eye of it. So there's still a lot of debris on our road and around the area. I walked to Jack this morning, but I'm going to take a chance and drive through Amsterdamse Bos, which is the national park, because it looks pretty clean on the main road, so I think they would have cleaned it up by now. Well, as you can imagine, that storm caused major disruption to the travel network. Lawrence had to be at Schiphol Airport for the train. Oh, his flights, I mean, last minute expense. So what he was supposed to do was get the train from Schiphol to Brussels, from Brussels fly to Ethiopia, from Ethiopia fly to Johannesburg, and from Johannesburg fly to Durban. I mean, he's going to be exhausted when he gets there, but, it is what it is. He was happy to do it. I think he's just been running on adrenaline these last few days, actually. So I drove him to Schiphol, and it was a gridlock. So we ended up, I went in the long stay car park, literally drove in one end and drove out the other so he could get out, which was way quicker. And actually, departures where I would have dropped him is like high level. When you come down, the exit's on ground, so it's much better. I'm waffling now. So I left my phone at home, literally walked through the door, and Joshua said, Mum, Dad's phoned. The trains are all cancelled. And I did say to him before we left, check that the trains are not cancelled. And he was like, no, it's fine, it's fine. So anyway, next minute, Lawrence called, and indeed, all trains cancelled. The rail company said, you have to get a taxi to Brussels, it's another country, Belgium, at your own cost. I don't know how much that would have cost. So I said to him, listen, just come home. So I'm going over speed control grooves. So just come home, pick up the little car, drive to Brussels, leave it in the long stay. You're not going to be stressing. You're in control, and then when you come home, it's a case of just jumping in the car and, off you go. Anyway, he said, no, they've managed to find me a seat on a bus, on a coach, the last seat. So he said, I'll get that. But he gets travel sick. Anyway, he was fine. Literally, he was at the back of the bus. I think he had a window seat though. But Anyway, so we got to Brussels. Again, chaos at the airport there. Well, his flight wasn't delayed. So I've just heard from him this morning. He'd arrived, he's in Ethiopia now. I forget the name of the airport. Is it Adabadabi or something like that? I don't know. And then I think he's got like a 2-hour layover, and then he's on the plane to Joburg. So I think he's scheduled to arrive in South Africa about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And then it'll be a lot later in the afternoon, and then he'll be home. But my gosh, I don't know how he is. I mean, I'm exhausted. If I didn't have to go into work today, I'd just work from home, but I have to go in. Nobody's forcing me, but I have some meetings that I really need to be there for. But I've decided to take Monday off. Yesterday, when I got home, when I realised that he'd got his flights and everything, I think the floodgates just opened, and I just suddenly felt like totally overwhelmed. I was really tearful, because obviously, we're all going to miss him, but, it's just incredibly sad why he's going there. And I think because it's just been so busy all week trying to, make sure he's okay and getting where he needs to go, we've just been on autopilot. And I think yesterday it was just, everything came out, I was just finished. And I know it's going to be a rough week because I'm going to be worrying about him the whole time he's there. I mean, yeah, let's be clear. Lawrence is a grown man. He's lived all over the world and travelled some. And, I'm sure he's perfectly capable of looking after himself. But you worry, don't you? And also, the South Africa that he knew, I think it's got to be nearly 10 years since he was last there, it's a different place now. Anyway, his family will take care of him, or he'll be taking care of them. I don't know. Hopefully they'll take care of each other. So yeah, that's been my week this week. Hopefully tomorrow morning I can join the funeral online. I hope so. I don't know if the boys will be joining. I've said this before, William's in the middle of exams, and with the storm, his exams were cancelled yesterday. I mean, it was seriously red alert, everybody stay home. Our company, everybody stay home. Yeah, schools, everybody stay home. It was quite bad. The roads are really clear though. They've done a great job cleaning up. I'm exhausted. Oh my gosh, I can't even explain how tired I am. I'm home. I've got dinner on the go. We're just having pasta, chicken, like a carbonara sauce, just Joshua and I. There is food in, but Joshua didn't fancy what I was going to make. Tried to order the grocery delivery. I was late yet again. Saturday's full, but I got a slot for tomorrow night between 6 and 8. That's okay. And if I've forgotten something, which I probably have, I can pop out Saturday or Sunday and top up. So work was super busy, but had a good day. Kept me distracted. I forgot to tell you, when I come down this morning, Dad started throwing up all over the lounge floor. Luckily, it wasn't on the rug, so it was easy to clean up. But I was like, oh, that was a nice gift to wake up to this morning. Also, I had a shocking sleep last night. I think I must have dropped off must have been about 12:30, and then I woke up at 4, like wide awake. Went to the loo and dropped off, and then I set my alarm for 7, but it must have been about 6:30 when I woke up again. So I'm just tired, and I think I had a fitful sleep, if that makes sense. Anyway, it's fine. I've got all weekend to catch up on sleep. So I got home, and William's out at work. I don't know if I mentioned that. Josh popped to the shops for me and bought something for dinner, and I just walked Jack. And he was all excited when I come home, because he's not used to being on his own. I mean, Joshua would have been upstairs most of the day, hanging around in his pit. So he's not used to being home alone like that. There's always one of us around him all the time. He's fine. He doesn't mind being left alone. Pre-COVID, we worked at the office full-time, both of us. So, he was well used to it. And he's lazy. He'll just sleep. Even when we're at home, he just sleeps all day. So yeah, I've heard from Lawrence. Hurrah, he's landed. He's in Durban. thank goodness. He must be exhausted. I mean, Lawrence never ever says he's tired, but we've been WhatsApping and he said, I'm really tired. And if Lawrence says that, it means he's like shattered. I think he's just been running on adrenaline. So he left, what is it now? It's 6:30. He left home yesterday at 1:30 and he's literally just got there. But at least, you know, all his connecting flights. I don't know if I said this. I might have done. I've already said, I'll repeat myself a lot. He flew from Brussels to Ethiopia, Ethiopia to Johannesburg, Johannesburg to Durban. So he's there now, and yeah, he's one of his brothers was supposed to be picking him up, and he's very happy because he already told me that they're having bunny chow tonight, which is basically like a loaf of bread, obviously not sliced, but hollowed out in the middle and then filled with curry, and then what the hollow innards, they put it on the top, and it's, you know, you usually get it from like a snack bar, takeaway Indian kind of thing over there, and it's delicious because then all the curry sauce seeps into the bread. It's actually really nice. So he's super happy. He's having a bunny chow tonight, and then I imagine he'll get an early night. He'll probably be up talking, catching up on stuff, and then I think, you know, he'll probably just be shattered. And then tomorrow's the funeral, so no doubt later today or early tomorrow morning I'll get their login details and hopefully I can, you know, watch it. I'd like to, you know, but if I can't, then it's fine. If it won't, you know, if the internet's not good, it isn't good, you know, it is what it is. I just would like Lawrence to know that I was like technically there with him, if that makes sense. Right, I think the pasta's almost done, so I'm going to serve up dinner for Joshua and I, and then I'm going to change out of my clothes. I think I'm just going to put my pyjamas on and sit on the sofa. Oh, and I think I spoke about this. I did. The surprise sock along, the Stephen West knit that I'm following, the pattern released today. So I've downloaded the clue. I'm doing, on the Woven Almanac, the podcast channel, I'm doing like a weekly video about, you know, the clues and how I've got on with them. So if you want to follow that, you know, it's a weekly thing, just, you know, 5 less than 10-minute videos kind of thing, 5-10 minutes. So yeah, I think I'm going to cast that on. I've looked at the pattern and I think it's doable. Not too much out of my comfort zone, we'll see, but I'll talk about all that on the podcast channel. Right, I'm going to check the pasta, eat something, and then just veg out on the sofa. And Love Island tonight. Oh my gosh, who's watching it? They had the recoupling last night after Casa Amor. Oh my gosh. It was very, very, very exciting. I might have told you this already. Okay, I'll see you in a while. Literally, the minute I switch the camera on, a plane goes over. And then you can see I'm tired. This morning, I managed to get online and watch the funeral of Lawrence's mum, Branda. The streaming worked amazingly. It was so good. The guy who did it did an amazing job. I think quite a lot of people could watch, so, you know, that was great. Lawrence did a great job. I'm so proud. Getting emotional. I'm so proud of him. I just wish I could have been there with him, but anyway, he's okay. They'll all take good care of each other. Anyway, I feel I'm just drained, so I'm sorry this week's probably been a bit heavy. Don't know who that is. Anyway, I watched it all, and Lawrence and I are keeping in touch with Messenger, WhatsApp I should say. Yeah, I think he's going to be tired. They're all going to be so tired by the end of the day, but they just did her so proud. Yeah, I actually feel like a bit of a weight's been lifted. I've been so worrying about, you know, Lawrence and getting him there, and, you know, he's going to be okay. So I'm just probably feeling a sense of relief now. Anyway, sorry to finish this vlog bawling. The sun has come out here. It's lovely, and there's a bit of a wind. Dax is out there. No, he's having a wash. He was fast asleep in the sun. I think I'm gonna take some cushions outside, and I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the day. I've not been sleeping well. Waking up through the night, so I'm feel like, do you know what's especially? I feel like I've had the stuffing knocked out of me. That's what I feel like. So anyway, that's the end of this week's vlog. Lawrence will be home in a week or so, and yeah, he'll be okay. I think now, you know, now Mum's laid to rest, they can, you know, start coming to terms with everything, and you know, at least that they're all there. Lawrence is there. They can, I don't know, you know how it goes. We'll be sharing funny stories and happy memories, and you know, a lot of sadness, but I hope a lot of laughter, because actually Lawrence's mum was hilarious. She had a wicked sense of humour, which was quite feisty. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the vlog. If it's the first time stopping by, sorry if it's a bit sad. Such is life at the moment. And if you're one of the OGs, thanks again, guys. Thanks for all your support. I mean, last week's vlog was a bit, you know, a bit of a downer with, you know, all what happened with Joshua and all the rest of it. But yeah, not much joy in this week's vlog either. But anyway, it is what it is. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you're all well. Stay safe and have a good week ahead. And I will see you in the next vlog. Bye for now.